Hi everyone, the next topic is a string class. So what is a string? In general, a string is a sequence of characters. So you know about a string in C also, just but you didn't go in completely. Okay, string is a sequence of characters, set of characters. So in Java, a string is same is defined, but the difference, some more extension is there. That is a string is an object that represents a sequence of characters. Okay, so for a sequence of characters, we can create an object. That object is called as a string actually. Okay, so example, for example, that is actually an array of characters. Works same as a Java string. Okay, so let's see an example. Character array. So this is a character data type variable name, and we have a subscript here, that is an array, character array. So set of elements. So array is nothing but a set of elements of similar type, right? So we are taking character array, that is why we have a characters only. Okay, so this array, we can treat it as, if you want to treat it as a string, this is the way. Okay, so you can create a string object. How to create an object in generally? So name of the class, object name equal to new class name, like that you can create an object, right? Before so now string is a class in Java. Okay, string act as a data type, string act as an object, string is actually a class. Everything in Java is actually a class. So string is a class. Here S is a reference to this class. New is an operator for creating an object, and string is a class. Okay, so the same name repeat here. So this is nothing but a constructor creation. So where we are passing here ch is nothing but a character array. So by passing character array to in this way, so we can call this as an object. Okay, so in general, string is nothing but a sequence of characters. In Java, string is also called as an object, which can be used to represent the sequence of characters. Okay, so simply an array of characters is treated as a string. Okay, so string is a set of characters, string is an object, string is a class also. Three different representations of string. Okay, so this can also be represented like this also. So string is, so here we can create a character array. There we can pass this character array to the string object, right? And that can also be written as the different way. String is equal to, so in double quote we can specify the some data. Okay, so Java T point, like that. It is on a website where we can find a good information related to Java. Okay, so string, yes, string is a like a normal primitive data type, int, float, double. Here we have a data type, name, variable name equal to some value we are passing. If it is an integer or float or maybe double, we don't specify any double quote. If it is a character, we can specify the single quote. But when it comes to the string, we have to specify the double quote. Okay, the character means single quote, a string means double quote. Okay, the thing here you have to remember is, here the string act as a data type. Okay, string is an object class and represents the set of characters, and string is also act as a data type. But here, unlike a normal primitive data type, so we have to specify here capital S. If it is a int small, we have to specify, but when it comes to the string, we have to specify the S caps. So why? Because this is a class actually act as a data type also. Okay, so that is about string. So Java provides a string class to manipulate or create these all strings. So to work with a string, we have a string class. Okay, in string class we have a different methods like length, replace, compare, to, substring, equal, split, like that. We have so many methods, we will see in the next slide. So that is about simply a string. So string act as a object, string act as a class, string act as a data type. String represents the set of characters simply. So here we have to work with the strings, we have to implement, for example, java.language. In that package we have a string class. So to work with the string class, we have to implement serializable, comparable and char sequence interfaces. So interfaces concept is there in the second unit, so we don't touch this now. So the thing is, so string class will implement these classes like this. So string class implement these interfaces. Okay, whereas when it comes to the char sequence, so char sequence, again we have a three char sequence interface is implemented by two more other classes. Okay, so string buffer, string builder. So already we have a string, along with we have a string buffer and string builder. We'll see what is those. Okay, what are those? So char sequence interface is used to represent the sequence of character. Okay, if you want to use a string, you can implement any one of these. Okay, so char sequence is nothing but a set of characters. If you want to work with a set of character that is not a string, you can use a string class char sequence interface. Okay, so string buffer, string builder are classes implement it. Okay, so in the char sequence we have a string buffer, string builder classes are there. All these three will implement only char sequence. Okay, so these are the interfaces. This string class implement these three, where we have another two more classes, string buffer, string builder. So those all three implement the char sequence interface. Okay, so we can create strings in Java by using these three classes. Either string, we can use string buffer or string builder, any one of these. So here we create now string. Instead of string, we can use string buffer, string builder also. Okay, so any one of these three we can use for creating strings. Okay, but we have a difference. What is that? String is a immutable, whereas a string buffer and string builder are the mutable. What is meant by immutable and mutable? Okay, so string is a immutable. Immutable means, so if you define, you cannot change, like a constant. So constant integer, constant float, like that. Constant string, so we cannot change the content of a string. Okay, so string is immutable means we cannot change once it defined. So that is immutable. But sometimes we have a situation where we want to change the content already provided. In that cases, what we have to do is we have to use a string buffer as well as the string builder. Okay, so those are mutable. Mutable means once you define the data, string data, it is possible to change the data. That is called as a mutable. Okay, so if you want to work with the string class, it should implement any one of these interfaces. Okay, and along with the string class, we have two more classes, string buffer and string builder. All three classes implement a char sequence interface. String is a immutable means once you define the data, it won't change. But when it comes to the string buffer, string builder, so the same string data we are defining, but it is possible to change the data. That is called as a mutable thing. Okay. So how to create a string object? So in the first slide we discussed string act as an object. How to create it? So here we have two ways. One is by string literal and by new keyword. Okay. So literal already we completed in the first classes. Literal is nothing but a value. Okay. Based on the data type we can give a value. Like for integer data type we have integer literal. For float data type we have a float literal. Value given to the particular variable based on the data type. Okay, so new keyword is used to create an object, right? Okay, so by using these two ways we can create a string object. So first one, string literal. So string literal is nothing but, so we can specify the data type but as caps and the name of the variable equal to, in the double quote you can specify any data text. Okay, so that is called as a string literal. This is a string literal. We are assigning to a variable s and it is a type of string data type. Okay, so each time you create a string literal, what is happening by the JVM is JVM checks the string constant pool first. Okay, so in memory, heap memory, we have a string constant pool, a specific area, so where these string literals will store. Okay, so welcome is this previously string literal, right? So JVM checks whether string constant pool consisting this string literal or not. Okay, if the string is already exist in the pool, a reference to the pooled instance is returned. If already is there, Okay, then it will return only reference. If the string does not exist in the pool, a new string instance is created and placed in the pool. Okay, so for example, we are creating two strings s1 and s2, and but the content is same, right? Here welcome, welcome, the content is same. So first we create a string s1 equal to welcome string literal. So it is go and store in the string constant pool. So when we try to create the same literal with a different name, so first JVM will go and check in the string constant pool. Okay, so if welcome the string is literal is there already there in the string constant pool, then what JVM will do is it just returns the reference to the s2, that's all. Okay, so that means it pointing, so s1 is already pointing to the welcome, and the JVM checks whether a welcome is already there in the string constant pool. If it is there now, so s2 also want to create the same literal, then just JVM links these things, means it makes the reference from s to welcome. Okay, so not creating a new text welcome welcome more than one time. Okay, so like that it doesn't create a new instant, it just refers to the s2. So with the same s1 it will reference by the s2 also. Okay, so that is about a string literal, means simply with the data type variable name in the double quotes we can specify the value, that is string literal. So what we discussed just now. Okay, so it is defined here. So only one object will be created. Yes, we are, even though we are trying to more than one object for the same text or maybe literal, it won't create, JVM won't create. So JVM will not find any string object when the value welcome in string constant pool, then that is why it is create a new object. If it is already there, it won't create any object, it just returns the reference. Okay, so you have here we have a note, string objects are stored in a special memory area known as the string constant pool. So the permanent data storage is actually heap, where we have a special memory location, that is string constant pool, where it can stores the string literal string data. Okay, so why Java uses the concept of string literal? So to make the memory more efficient. Okay, so if you see here, if S1 want to create the same string and F2 want to create the same text, if it is a human, he may create human may create more than one times like that. Multiple copies of data, same data will exist. Okay, but when it comes to the Java string literal concept, so then what is happening here? The JVM checks whether string literal is already there in the string constant pool. If it is no, then it will create. If it is already exist, it won't create, and it will return the reference. Okay, so that's why. So means memory is saved. Okay, so memory management is happening here efficiently. So that's why we are using string literal. And the next one, by using the new keyword we can create the string. So this is the way, string s new string. If you see this syntax, it is same as a object creation. Class name, object name, reference variable, object name equal to new class name, where we can pass the some parameters or data. Okay, so by using new keyword we are creating the string object. Okay, so in this kind of definition, JVM will create a new string object in normal heap, so not in the pool. So we already have, if it is a, if object is created by only string literal, then it will go and store in the string constant pool, otherwise it won't store. Out of this space, I mean string constant pool, it will store the object. If you use a new keyword, so JVM create a new string object in normal heap memory, and the literal welcome will be placed in the string constant pool. Okay, so the variable will refer to the object in a heap. Okay, so normal variables will go and refer the non-string constant pool, whereas string literals refer the string constant pool. Okay, that is the thing. So let's see an example. Class, public class, class name, compulsory main method, and the syntax should be same. Okay, so now you came to know that why we are using a string here. String is a class. So what the definition, I mean, this part is trying to say to the system is, everything you give to a Java program, it may be integer, float, double, char, whatever data you can give to the program, it will treat as a Java program main method, JVM, all treat this data as a string. So that's why we are specifying string here. Any data is given to a Java program is treated as a string. Okay, and so sometimes we can give a one value, sometimes we can give a two values, more than two values, like that. Okay, so that's why we are specifying here. So array is a set of data, set of args is nothing but a name. Instead of args you can use a x, b, like that. You can use any name, that is no issue here. Okay, so any data you can give the Java program is nothing but treated as a string, and it can be a set of data. That's why it is taking as a set of data. So that's why we are specifying array here, array. Okay, so collection of data, any data can be treated as a string. Any length of data we can give it to the Java program. Okay, so I think we completed the main method. So public access specifier, static without object, void return type, main name of the method. String means, now we just discussed, any data can be treated as a string, and any length of data can be provided. That's why we have a array here. Okay, so this is a main, the compulsory method, and the syntax should be similar here, like this. Okay, so we can create a string literal, data type string, name of the variable Java, string literal, and a character array we are trying to create here. And we are creating two objects, x2 and s3. So for one object we are passing the character array, and for second we are passing the data. Okay, so we are printing, this is the way the values will go and print. Okay, so this is an example. We can create these are different ways, by using string literal, by using character array, by directly passing the data. Okay, so by directly passing the data, if you observe this is nothing but a constructor definition. If you see the constructor concept early, revise it, remember it once again. Okay, you will see the constructor definition: class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, so along with the literal or maybe new keyword, we have another choice also. So with we can create a string object by using the constructor also. Okay, so the string class has 11 constructors. Okay, so means the parameters list may change. Okay, constructor overloading type. So we have 11 constructors that allow you to provide the initial value of the string using different sources such as array of characters. Okay, so we don't want to discuss all those. Simply thing is, so we can create by using constructor also. Okay, here an example: class name, main method, character array. So character array we are passing to the string hello string object. So we are printing hello string, the result will come here. Okay, so once again I'm repeating, string class is immutable. Immutable means once you define the data, you cannot able to change the data. If you want to change the data given by the user as a string literal, it can be possible with the other two more classes, that is string buffer and string builder. Okay, so that is the thing. So string length, it is a method. Length is a method. It is related to string class, which can be used to return the number of characters contained in the string object. Already you know about this length. Length returns the number of characters. Okay, we have an example here: class main method. So we took one string literal, and what we are trying to do is we can count the length. So here for the string, white spaces also countable. White spaces also countable. Okay, so we are with a string dot length, we can length means numeric, right? So that's why it will be stored in the int length. So we are trying to print the len value. Okay, so that is about with it counts the white spaces also. And concatenating strings, concatenation we are hearing it many times. Concatenation means combining. Okay, so string class includes a method concatenating to, I'm just in few methods. Okay, we have a many methods, I'm discussing few methods. Okay, so concat is the name of the method. String one, if you have a string one, for example here, so here we have a string s1, string s2, right? So like this, you have a string string 1 dot concat string 2. Okay, like this you can concat. So already in string 1, hi is there, string 2, hello is there. Okay, both combined means hi, hello, like that. Okay, so and we have another way also by using string literal. So here we are presenting the name variable names, but we can directly place the literal also. My name is, okay, so dot concat is the method name of a string, so where we can pass another literal. This is a this is a string variable, this is string literal, double quotation compulsory. Okay, so that is about another way to concat strings. Okay, we have another option also, that is by using a plus operator. So here we can call it as a operator overloading. So in general plus is an arithmetic operator, right? But here it can be used to concatenate the strings also. That's why we can call this concept is called as a operator overloading. Okay, so you see in the C language. Okay, so in between the string literals you can use the plus operator, that is simply called as a concatenating of strings. We have an example here. Okay, so that's why we use a plus in system.out.println also. If you want to print some text with some value, so for example if you want to print length, so the text is string length is, after that you have to specify the length. Okay, so if you want to be output like this, so if you didn't specify plus means it will give an error. What we are trying to use, so this is string literal and this value has to be print as an output, so that's why we are using plus. Okay, concatenation we are performing there. And creating format strings, so it is already there in C language, like formatting strings, like %d, %d for integer, %digit or float string. Okay, so like that we have a formatting concept in Java also. Okay, so for that we have a format method. So how we have a printf, scanf in C language, we have a format method here, that is there in the string class. So in general if you want to format the string, system.out. Printf, if you want to use these formatting strings, okay, in general to print a data you can go with the system.out.println, that is enough. Okay, so if you here we cannot able to use these formatting strings, %d, %s, like that. Okay, but if you want to use them, if you want to format the data, so you can go with the system.out.printf. Okay, or else you can go with the string.format. These two methods you can use them. Okay, okay, printf and format are the methods to print output with formatted numbers. Okay, so for example, what is meant by formatted is nothing but so in the fractional of data, so decimal points, this many number of decimals, this many of fractionals, like that. If you want to present the data, then you can go with the format, not always required. So here printf and format are the two methods. It belongs to string class. Okay, that can be used to format the data. Okay, so system.out.printf, then only you can use these format strings in the printf. Okay, in the system.out.println you cannot use them. In the printf method only you can use them. And the other way is by using format method of a string class. Okay, so string fs, you are taking a format, a string variable. In that you are providing, you are placing string formatted data, you are printing like this. Okay, so directly you cannot print this, but you can print like this. Obviously println is there in the print Java for printing a data. Along with we have a printf and a format. Those are for printing the formatted data. Okay, so string handling methods. So string handling methods, so many methods are there. Okay, so I don't want to discuss all of those, so just we discuss a few. Okay, so this is a method, caret method. Okay, caret means so in the specified, what is the parameter we are passing here, index. So based on the index, this method returns the character in the at the specified index. Okay, so the return type is nothing but character. Here what we are trying to return is character, so that's why return type is character. Caret is the name of the method, and the parameter we need to pass is the index number, integer. Okay, so for example, hello means start with 0. Okay, string is start with a 1 only, not a 0. String with array index is start with 0 only, whereas the string index start with 1 only. Okay, if we specify 1 here, what is the output? H, hello, in the hello data, H is the index 1. Okay, like that it is caret is used to retrieve the character where in the specified location. Comparative, so string is object, right? So to compare a string to another object, we can use the comparative. And comparative, with object we can compare with here the same method we are following, name is same, method name comparative, where we are differing at a parameter passing. Here we can pass the object, here we can pass the another string. So comparing two strings, comparing string with object. Okay, compare to ignore case means so if two strings are actually same, welcome same, but one is at uppercase, one is at lowercase. Okay, so both are same actually, but system will think that is a those are two differ. So in that case we can go with a compare. You should compare but ignore case. Okay, so on the next one, concat, just now we completed. So content equals. Okay, so if both content equals, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, like that. So comparison and copy value. So what is the use of copy value means so returns a string that represents the character sequence in an array specified. Okay, so a specific character of data we are passing, specific character data we are passing. So from that data we have to copy a specific data. Okay, like this equals, so equal but ignore case, both are same. So get bytes, hash code returns the hash code related to that one. Okay, index of if it is a string, we have to specify the index. Replace first, split the data, start with. Okay, so many methods are there. So end with so test if this string ends with the specified suffix. Okay, so we can specify the string here. For example, hello end with o, right? So we can specify here. So if the provided string is end with some o, then it will return true, like that. Okay, so like so many so converting the data into the uppercase, okay, lowercase. So many methods are there to lowercase. Okay, so these are all string methods. So that is about string and string class. Thank you.